Hi, this is Natalie with Imago Day Yoga, here to bring you some more workout yoga. This month we've been working on doing full body. Today we're going to do a bit more static poses, not too long, probably just like 10 to 20 seconds each, depending on the pose. So don't worry, we won't hold it too long, but we're going to work on building up our strength throughout the body. Very excited. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to make my way back to the mat. And as I do, don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you end up liking the video. And also subscribe. I would love that a lot. It helps me out. So don't forget to hit that subscribe button. All right, we're going to do a few breaths before we get started. So go ahead and find a good comfy seated position and take a nice big inhale. Exhale, let it go. Do that again. Big breath. And release. Next inhale, bring the arms up. Nice big stretch. Just fold it over the legs. Getting a little stretch. And breathe. Next inhale, go ahead and bring the body up and switch over into tabletop. We'll just roll through a couple cat and cows, making sure the back is warmed up. Hands directly under shoulders, knees directly under hips. Inhale to drop that stomach. Lift that chest, look up. Exhale, arch the back, pulling that pelvis in, looking back toward the thighs. Arching the back deep. Okay, one more time. Inhale, drop that stomach, lift that chest, look up. Go a little deeper if you can, pushing that stomach down. Inhale, now go the opposite direction, pushing the back up as best as you can as you look back toward your thighs and pull that pelvis in. Then bring it back to a neutral spine. We'll drop down briefly into a child's pose. Again, just to get a little bit of a stretch. Just take one big inhale. And exhale. All right, next inhale, go ahead and bring it forward. We're going to go through a little bit of a warm-up, so we're not holding this pose too much, but just go ahead and inhale from a straight arm plank up into a down dog. Take a nice big inhale. Exhale, let it go. One more time, big breath. And release. Then go ahead and bend those knees, look forward, hop or step to the front of the mat. Inhale it up halfway. Exhale it back down. Inhale, reach it up. Get your stretch, palms together and down to heart center. Go ahead and ground in. This is a good pose to be active in. So feel that lift all the way up through the thighs. Tilt that pelvis in, suck the stomach in, lift the chest. You can even use your hands to give yourself the feel so you know where those muscles are. Relax the shoulders down and back. Hands can be at heart or down at the side. Big inhale. Exhale, let it go. One more like that. Big breath, lifting up through the entire body. And release. Then inhale, arms up. Nice big stretch. Exhale it, forward fold. Plant those hands, hop or step it back to the plank. Lower down, chaturanga. Again, just flowing. Inhale it up for an upward facing. And then exhale it back, downward facing. Awesome. All right, take a big breath. We're going to go through a series of poses that we're going to hold. But again, not for too long, so don't worry. Just enough to get our muscles working, all right? So go ahead and start to bend those knees and hover the shins. We're going to hold it right here. Just for a few seconds, keep breathing. Don't forget to breathe. Hovering those shins over the mat. Knees bent, still in a down dog kind of pose. All right, couple more breaths. All right, go ahead and pick those knees up. Push those hips back, returning into a down dog. Take a breath. And release. Then go ahead and hinge it forward into a plank. We're going to hold the plank now. Check in on the pose. You want your middle fingers pointed to the front of the mat. You want your elbows rotated so that if you were to bend the elbows, they stay close to the rib cage. Just holding for a few seconds longer. Keep breathing. In fact, if you want to turn this up a notch, you can chaturanga it down, still keeping a plank body, but now we're working the arms. Keep breathing. Couple more breaths. All right, go ahead and push it back up into a downward facing dog. Take a big breath. All right, next inhale. Take your right leg up and back for a three-legged dog. And we're going to hold it here for just a few moments. Keep breathing. Taking these poses nice and slow. Working up a sweat quick. All right, go ahead and bend that knee. Bring it in towards the nose, and you're going to step it through for a low lunge. If your foot doesn't quite make it up between the hands, just kind of work it up there. And then make sure the stance is nice and wide before you come up into a crescent lunge. So once you got yourself set, knee is still up off the back of the mat. Or not knee, well, yeah, knee, but also the heel. Bring yourself up, stretching up. We're going to hold this for a few breaths. Keep breathing. You can bounce it if you want to, or hold it still. That's up to you. But we're going to keep this pose going, so keep breathing. Arms up, still activating muscles throughout the body, pulling the shoulder blades back, opening up the chest a little bit. In fact, if you want to, you can even reach back with your hands and open up the heart. It's an option. Or leave the hands raised, whichever you prefer. Just keep breathing. Couple more breaths. All right. Reaching those arms up. Take another big inhale. As you exhale, bring the hands down. Step the back foot behind you again, or front foot, I'm sorry. Step it back into a plank is where we're going. My bad. Find your plank. Hold it for a second, just a breath. And then chaturanga it down. Inhale for upward facing. Exhale it back for a downward facing dog. Let's go ahead and reset this. Bend the knees. Look forward. Hop or step to the front of the mat. You'll come up halfway for that lift. Exhale it back down. Inhale, reach it up. Get your stretch, palms together down to heart center. Ground down into the mat. Pull up through the entire body as you inhale. Exhale, pressing it down. Do that again, big inhale. Exhale, release. Then inhale, arms up. Get your stretch. Exhale it down. Plant those hands, hop or step it back to your plank. Chaturanga, lower it down. Inhale for upward facing dog. And then exhale it back. Downward facing dog. All right, we're going to do the other side. Just breathe. We're going to be doing the whole thing. So take one more big breath in your down dog. And then start to bend those knees. Hover the shins. Pause. Feeling that burn. Keep breathing. Few more breaths. Feeling the tension in the legs. Breathing. If it gets to be too much, you can come back into a down dog or even come all the way down to your knees. A couple more breaths. All right, pick those knees up. Push that hip back. Take a big inhale. And exhale. Then go ahead and hinge forward into that plank pose. Again, make sure the middle fingers are pointed to the front of the mat. Eye of the elbows rotated so that when you bend your elbows, the elbows stay close to the rib cage, and you can go ahead and come down into that chaturanga, still keeping a strong plank posture. Keep breathing. Couple more breaths. All right, go ahead and push it up and back into that downward facing dog. Take a nice deep breath. One more time. Take another big inhale. Exhale, breath. And then on the next inhale, take the left leg up and back for that three-legged dog. Hold for just a second. Keep breathing. Then bend that knee in toward the nose. Step it through for that low lunge. Again, working that foot up there if it doesn't quite make it all the way. And check in on the stance. Make sure the feet are nice and wide before you come up into a crescent lunge. Inhaling to come up. And then holding here for a few moments. Keep breathing. Again, option to bounce if you want to. And then option with the arms to make sure you have that lift and kind of pulling back, opening up the chest, or reaching back, grabbing your hands and having a nice big heart opener and stretch on the shoulders. Keep breathing. A couple more breaths. All right, go ahead and release, taking those arms up if you have the bind. And then big inhale up, exhale it down, planting those hands and stepping your front foot back to meet the back into a plank. Once you've got your plank, chaturanga lowering down. Inhale for that upward facing, and then exhale it back for a downward facing. Take a breath. And then go ahead and bend those knees. Look forward, hop or step to the front of the mat for a forward fold. Inhale it up halfway. Exhale it back down. Inhale, reach it up. Nice big stretch, palms together down to heart center. Take one big breath. Exhale it out. Inhale, arms up. We're going to have a seat into chair, and you have the option just to do a normal chair, or you can come up on the toes and go lower. Take the knees out wide, even go even lower, and we're going to hold it. You have the option to bounce it if you want to, or just stay static. Keep breathing, arms lifted, pulling back. Getting a stretch on the arms, as well as using the muscles in the arms, lifting. Keep breathing, a couple more breaths. All right, go ahead and lift it up. Push those hips forward, lift the chest back, bend. Exhale, fold it forward. Pause in the forward fold. Take a breath. Next inhale, come up halfway. Exhale it down. Go ahead and plant those hands, hopper step it back to your plank pose. Lower it down, chaturanga. Inhale it up, upward facing. Then exhale it back, downward facing, and breathe. Nice big breath. Exhale it out. One more time, big breath. And release. All right, go ahead and hinge it forward. We're going to come into a side plank. We'll start on the right side. So take that right arm into the center, out a little bit farther in front than a normal plank, and then spin over to your side. If you're not good at side plank, you can come down to your knee. That's fine. And then you're going to hold it. If this is easy enough for you, you can come into a tree in your plank, your side plank, or even lift the leg up. Options are yours. Keep breathing. Just a couple more breaths. All right, go ahead and spin it back around. And we're going to come straight into the left side. So again, bringing that arm to the center, hand planted just a little bit more in front than a regular plank, coming to the side. Keep holding. Option to come into tree in plank, side plank, or taking that leg up even, or taking the knee down if you need to. Finding your plank on the side. Keep breathing. One more big breath. All right, bring it forward and lower all the way down to the mat. Almost done. Y'all have done great. Making it this far. Go ahead and reach back with your arms, lifting the chest, lifting the legs. Breathe. Feeling that back. If you want to, you can bend the knees, grab the inside edges of the feet, and come in to floor bow. Couple more breaths. And release. Relax it down. And bring it down to the mat. And take a breath. Another big inhale. And release. If you want to even stretch your arms out, you can take an arm out straight and roll over onto the side. Getting a shoulder stretch. Keep breathing. Relaxing, letting the heart rate come back down. And then come back towards center and do the other side if you have tried this one out. Catching my breath too, y'all. And breathe. And come back to center. We're going to push it into a child's pose. So push yourself up and back. And relax. Down into your child's pose. Take some deep breaths down the back. One more time, deep breath. And on the next inhale, you can slowly rise up, coming to the tops of your knees. And once you're set, you can brace the lower back. You can push the hips forward, lift the chest, get a back bend. Go as far back as you want. If you're nice and bendy and it feels safe on the back, you can reach back for your heels. Coming into a full camel. Keep breathing. And then slowly bring it back up. And bring the crown of the head to the ground. Finding your way into rabbit. Crown of the head touches the ground. You reach back for your heels or ankles and lift the hips up. Getting the reverse of your camel. Still allowing the breath to slow down. And then go ahead and lower the hips down into a child's pose. We'll shut the eyes and take a few breaths. Go ahead and try to relax deeply. Feel the air going all the way down the spine into your lower back and stomach. And releasing it out. Feel that airflow. Big inhale. Release. One more time. Big breath. Feeling the cool air come in. Pushing all the hot air out. Next inhale, come back up. We'll find our way into a seated position. And we made it. Shut down the eyes for another big breath. Big inhale in. And release it out. Then inhale, arms up, palms together, and down to heart center. Thank you for joining me for today's yoga. I kicked my own butt. It's great. I hope you enjoyed it and also found a good challenge for you as well. I'll be doing another full body exercise next week, so please join me again. And again, please like and subscribe if you find value here. Until then, next time, namaste. All right, thanks again, and see you next time.